Hey, it's your buddy Ronnie. I'm here today. Just going to show you some clothes that sold on eBay. Nothing special. Well, we're going to get into it like always. Need to check and see if the mic and the camera is working okay. So give me a second and we'll get on this. Hope everybody is doing well. So let's check this out here. Hello? Hope everybody is doing okay. We're good. So let's get back over here. And so we're going to talk about some things. I had a great month, of course. I mean, eBay has been rolling. Since we stepped into the warehouse, eBay has been great. Right now, I was talking to a friend, Dave, today, and we just hit over 1,300. I mean, sorry, 13,000 for the last 30 days on eBay, which is crazy because I haven't really been this high in a while. I don't mean high, like number, not high, like 420 high, but like number wise, 10, 11, 13, 14 range is not something that I get to all the time. So I'm very happy with the work me and my wife have put in to get here. I should say more me than my wife, but hey, she does help take pictures. What's up, Tim? What's up, everybody? So we're going to get into it, show a few different things. Tim, you might recognize some of this stuff that I've sold. It's a very mix of things, but a lot of the things come from one of two pickups that we've had recently. Some stuff comes from Mr. Buys a Lot when we went on a little thrifting field trip to Pennsylvania. And the other was a bunch of stuff I picked up locally from a person that I know pretty well that needed to get rid of some inventory that they had. And I was kind of surprised by the price. They threw it at me too, but you know what? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And this time it was like beyond great. And he collects some trading cards. So I actually gave him some trading cards. Next time I see him, some nice cards. He's a Celtic fan like myself. I'm a little mixed up today because I'm wearing the Celtic cap. I'm wearing the New York shirt. Crazy, I know. Sorry, South London reseller. I get it conflicted over here. People picking up stuff. That's a good thing. So we're going to get into it. These are more, I think it's 15 things actually. 15 sales that sold for about $100 or more. And some of these things were for several $100s. So, and it's clothing. Who doesn't like clothing? You like my signs in the background? I like them. I like the background. So let me see here. I'm not used to this software because I don't use StreamYard all that much. So it always catches me off guard when I go to do one of these. But as I get into this more and more here on a regular basis, we'll be okay. All right, so the first item I want to show here, this is a Paul and Shark. I've had two of these in our inventory. I picked them up online on eBay from the same reseller. And I paid about $15 a piece approximately, maybe $16 shipped. And I listed them and they sold, took 4 days to sell. So I was into these for 15. I sold them for about 95 plus shipping each. I gave them a little bit of a discount. So that was very nice. These were just zip up cotton, like sweaters or sweatshirts, made in Italy. That's the label right there, Paul and Shark. They do have some fakes on these, so you do have to be careful. What made this sell really well was because it was a 4 extra tall, which is really good. So that was a good thing. So let me see and make sure this is going okay. All right, so it looks like we're good, right? Good. So we'll jump into a few other things and we'll keep this going. All right. All right, Dave, stop. Stop spamming my thing. No, just kidding. What's up, homie? All right, so we're going to get into this here. We're going to show this right here. Now, this just goes to show you, I go through everything when we go into the thrift store. So this is a Gucci belt. It's leather. And I thought it was broken for a while, but it was reversible. And I guess it doesn't have like that hook and it clicks in. It's really weird. It doesn't have like that extra leather band where you would put, you know, I probably don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, this did not sell for $120. I think it sold for about $100. And this took 12 days to sell. I was into this for $4. I didn't even realize if it was real or not when I picked it up. But the $4 costs, I'm not going to spend all day in a thrift store trying to figure out if this is real or not. There were some other things, and I took the chance, brought it home. It was cheap enough, and it gives me a chance to research and see if it's real. So I looked it up, and it had the nice, I keep wanting to say guess, but it's Gucci. And there's the what do you want to call it? Like the front, the plate, whatever you want to call it. And it had the engravings and a serial number in here. And I looked it all up, and then I found some ones that were new with tags that were identical. It took a little while, but I did figure it out. So that was a nice score. Anytime you could turn 4 into 100 is excellent. I love it. So here's our next item right here. This is a tie. Go figure. Men's ties. I bought this in a lot of ties at LOT where you buy more than one. I'm just having fun. But this is a Drake's tie, not to be confused with the Canadian wrapper, I guess, or the little cakes that you can buy in your local convenience store. This is a brand from the UK. All my UK friends that are in the chat, you guys are familiar with this brand. And this was new with tags. When I picked it up, I didn't know it was new with tags, so I got it in my possession. Then I was readily surprised. Picked up about 20 ties from somebody, and I paid about $5 a tie. And this tie paid for the whole lot. I took a best offer of this of $110, I believe. And this took a little while to sell. Some things will take a little while. This took 56 days, which technically is not all that long to sell. So I was happy with that. Had a nice little medallion pattern. It's red. It's really nice looking tie. There's the brand right there, Drake's. So nice little tie action going on. They probably make, other than like Hermes, probably some of the best ties. Drake's, Hermes, Xenia. So some really good stuff. What's up, Drummer? How you doing? So now we're going to get into some nicer things here. This is something I got at Mr. when we went to Pennsylvania on our field trip. I picked up this William Locke. I picked up a bunch of cashmere stuff in one of the boxes we were going through. Everything was wrapped up in these like plastic bags with Ziploc bags and stuff. So I took it out knowing that they were probably cashmere. They didn't want moths to attack their stuff. And I wasn't even familiar with some of these names. I just seen cashmere and was like, okay, I'm going to pick these up. So this was the brand William Locke Pure Cashmere. It's made in Scotland, but it's a dress. How often do you see a cashmere dress? Probably not often. I don't like women's clothing, but if I come across it, I see it, I will buy it because there's money to be made off of it. So this didn't take long to sell at all either. This took 22 days. And I was into this because of what I paid for everything on our field trip. I think I was into this around $25. If you break it up per piece, what you paid, because I have no idea what we paid per piece. It was kind of like a number thrown at me, and I knew I was going to make double my money easy plus some. So this sold for $127.50. Not bad at all. I'll take that any day of the week. So we get into another item here. There's multiple items from this field trip. This was another item. Now, this is not something I'm going to pick up everything and everything of. When I picked this up, I didn't even know. I don't remember if I knew it was new at tags, but it's a Joseph A. Bank, but it's a seersucker material. And seersucker material is that like textured cotton. And it's usually in blue and white. In this case, it's in this like dark blue, which you really don't see. And it was just really kind of different. Joseph A. Bank, something I don't pick up too often because they sit around like forever. If you ever go into a Joseph A. Bank, you can probably buy 3 suits for $300. They have a high markup and stuff doesn't all sell that well. So this was new at tags, which was nice. It was sewn up, everything. It's probably a little bit older of a tag, but it's sold still. It wasn't anything crazy for size 44 regular. But once again, it's sold because of the material. It's sold because of the color. It's sold because it was new. All things to pay attention to when you're going through the thrift store. Now, yes, it is a common brand. If you pick up certain pieces, you will do well. Not everything. I would not go and pick up everything from that brand. But it's one of those things. I stay away from most of them. I have some larger size ones that have fit for a while. But also they're 52 short tailor fit, and I'm not sure what fat guy is looking for a tailor fit suit. Unless George Costanza's looking for something, I'm probably shit out of luck on those suits. But this is a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a nice plaid. It's wool. I have 2 of these. Actually, I picked up the same week, different thrift stores in town. And, it's vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. See the tag right here. Made in USA. Polo Ralph Lauren. This is probably 90s. It was really nice. It had a hood, and the hood actually zippered in the back. So I have 2 of these. I still have one. They're different sizes. One was a large, one was a small. Maybe brothers wore these, maybe husband and wife. I don't know. I don't even know how that happened where there was 2 of these from the same time period. It's found in the same week in different thrift stores, but I paid about $10 for this. I've had this for about 2 years, and this sold for $140. I was actually happy to move this on down the road. Right now is that time of year to move suits. Move jackets. People are looking for jackets right now. And now through like January is where they sell best, even into February. But once like mid-February comes, jacket sales start to slow down because somebody's already had a jacket for the whole year. They're not really looking for anything else as you're coming out of winter. So something to keep in mind on. We've been selling a lot of sweaters too. If you got your sweaters, put up your jackets, get all that shit listed because people are buying. Want to sell? Sell. It's a men's. Let me see here. Most Polo made in USA is vintage. I don't think they make currently anything in America. And I don't think they have in a while. So safe to say, yes, anything made in USA is vintage. Next item is another item we picked up from our picking field trip in Pennsylvania. This is a Patagonia. It's a long cashmere sweater. I put a whole bunch of different keywords: cardigan, robe. I had to guess on the size because the size tag was cut out. So was the material tag. You can see right here it was cut out. But I had sold something similar to this, a men's sweater, and got really good money. Cashmere by Patagonia. Anything Patagonia that's cashmere sells extremely well. This I took a best offer of $150. I guessed on the size small, and I just got feedback on this one today saying they were happy. So once again, you know, I was into this probably for about $30, and I was happy with the 150, so I'll take it. What's up, Ken? How you doing? Windy on the Cape today, ain't it, brother? Windy. This is a item I picked up. I paid $2 for this. This is part of that lot I got from a local friend that needed to clear out some stuff. They do clean outs and stuff like that. Don't sell clothes. Needed some stuff moved out, and I picked. This is one of the items that they had. I just picked up everything. I paid about $2. I paid about $1 per piece, but when I got done listing what was useful, some of it had to be trashed, some of it had to be donated, just because it was more holes than a piece of Swiss cheese. Certain things just, you know, it came to about $2 a piece. This is just a regular, probably a men's suit jacket, but it is blue in color. Nice blue. It has the ticket pocket, which is that other pocket right here on the side, smaller pocket. It's called a ticket pocket. This had working cuffs, so the cuffs would unbutton. Very good standard point on a men's suit if it has that, because that's a majority of something that costs about $100 to $200 extra when you're buying a suit, to have what they call working cuffs, surgeon cuffs. I forgot any other names that might be equated to this. And this was from the Andover shop. It's a shop in Andover, in Boston, Massachusetts, or outside of Boston, Massachusetts, in the suburbs. They have 2 stores. I think they had a store in Florida at one time. And a lot of their stuff, it's kind of on par with like J Press or Southwick's or Brooks Brothers. And some of it's even made by those brands. I know they have some shirts made by the New England Shirt Company, and some of their sweaters are made by bigger sweater makers. So I'm always curious when I come across something of theirs. So there was the tag in there. This gave it away here, where it's, well, that's 48 semi-long. It tells you all the information you need, person's name, and the model was Kent, blah, blah, blah. But it was made there in 2004, you can see. So it gives you a lot of different things. You can see right here, surgeon. So I'm assuming that's for the cuffs. So on these tags, there's a lot of different information. It says made in Canada. This looks very much like a suit tag for Paul Stewart, actually. So, hey. But anyway, the brand sells hit or miss. I've had some stuff listed for a while, and this sold actually fairly quickly. Probably the size had to do with it, because it is a bigger size, at being a 48 long, semi-long. So, and that sold, what that sell for? $170, I believe. So I was in that $2, so always a good thing. This was another item we picked up from that lot of stuff, and that suit jacket sold pretty quick, in 3 days. This sold in about 12 hours. This is a Salvatore Ferragamo men's trench coat. It's older. One side, it was reversible, so it had like this wool lining to it. Could be a lining, or it could be turned around and be jacket. I didn't like this thing because of the other side here, and it has like this cape thing on it. It's really weird. You could unbutton that though. But the other side, it looks like your regular traditional trench coat, but it did have some marks on this. So I didn't really know how to price this. You know, it was just your regular. Actually, I didn't even put the Salvatore Ferragamo tag in there. How about that? How about that? But anyway, this sold for $150. It sold pretty quickly, and I was into this for $2. It's part of that lot. I kind of priced this low, shot somebody an offer, and moved on from it. And because it was reversible, and this happens with a lot of like Tommy Hilfiger and a lot of Brooks Brothers stuff, and any brand that has a reversible jacket, the tags are always going to be in the inside of the pocket. Burberry's very good for putting their tags in the inside of the pocket. So always look out for that and keep that in mind. It's like a stalker jacket. It's definitely a weird jacket. Um, Brooks Brothers. I don't know what's going to happen with Brooks Brothers stuff eventually. I'm assuming another company will probably buy them out and sell their items, is what's going to happen. Who knows? So we'll see what happens, but I'm not sure like how that will all work out and play out. But I don't. It's like maybe vintage items will go up in value, but vintage items are pretty collectible as it is now. So it's hard to say. It's hard to tell. I've been watching that website, seeing if anything gets kind of cheap there. But what's up, bum crack? Next item is a pretty cool item here. I found this, and this was a Ben Silver, and it was with McGee Tweed. It's a wool and alpaca blend jacket. This was listed for approximately 5 days. I paid $8 for this out of Salvation Army. And see here, it's really your traditional tweed jacket. Really nice herringbone. It's a lighter color, which is really nice. Has those wood leather wrap buttons. Just really clean looking jacket. Ben Silver, there's the tag. Has a nice following, this brand. And there's the McGee Tweed. It was a nice blend of 35% wool, 65% wool, 35% alpaca. But really nice suit. And that sold, like I said, pretty quickly. I shot somebody an offer for $185, and boom, they took it, and I was happy with it. Always happy to sell something, move it on down the road. So let's see here. Next item. This is a woman's brand. This was one of the stuff we picked up locally from that lot of stuff. So we're into it for about $2. This is a Xlander. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It was made in England. There's the tag so you can see it. Their stuff fairly does really well. I don't know why. They make like oversized women's clothing. It's like comfort clothing, but the prices on this stuff is ridiculously high. And this was really just a plain cotton jacket. Like, I priced it up high, figuring I could always come down, and they sold for $237.99. And this took approximately 14 days to sell. So I was happy with that. Always good to look for. So in it to flip it, we picked up a bunch of stuff locally from somebody for about $2 a piece. They needed space, and that was it. They kind of knew what they had, but they didn't want to deal with clothing and gave us some stuff. So that's how that worked out. So only down to a few more items, and some of these items will, all right, you see we're getting higher and higher in price. This is a Hermes scarf. I picked up 3 of these when we're in our little Pennsylvania field trip. Still got 2 of them listed. I probably way overpriced on them, but I have a video for this, and I keep the video, every time I upload the video, it keeps getting me like an error. So I am gonna try to work on that video again this week, and gonna show you how to tell the difference between a real Hermes scarf and a fake one, since I have a few real ones still in inventory, and I also have a fake one on hand. So it's a really nice scarf right here, but this is kind of common when you look for it online. There's quite a few of them, and this sold for $250. I was able to get a little bit more money out of this, due to the having the box. All of them will have a artist on them. So the artist for here was Ledux, Ledous, and it helps you kind of date these. As this one was from 1965. There's a website that you can date them. I'll have all that stuff in the next video. Probably try to have it out Monday or Tuesday this coming week. But this was a really nice scarf sale. So we were into it for about $30. And I missed something. I'm missing. What's up, Bubba? How you doing? Mr. C. What's up, brother? This is our Terex jacket. Really great brand. I took a best offer of this for $190. I don't do best offer, but if somebody offers it, and depends on how the day is, I'm willing always to move stuff. That's the name of the game. Move stuff in, move stuff out, put money in my pocket. It's the name of the game. I'm not a hoarder. Even though we have the office now, I don't want to be hoarding stuff. So it's a men's jacket. There's the brand, Arc'teryx. There's a brand, I think it's a Kmart brand, that looks very similar to that, and they have like some ski stuff, and it always throws me for a loop when I see it. But if you see the little fossil, the fossil is what you got to look for, that fossil. I don't have a up close picture of that fossil though, but you can go to the website, Arc'teryx, and great like outdoor ski brand. They make some really good stuff. Everything usually sells fairly quickly, I get from them. This was new at tags, of course, and I paid about $50 for this. And I believe this was like a yellow tag Marshalls or TJ Maxx thing back in the spring or late fall, or no, like February maybe, and it didn't even get listed for a while. I think my wife was thinking about keeping it. And I think I told her it was a men's, and that was the end of that. So we got two more items here, and they're both huge sales. Huge. All right, this one. This is I got this on our field trip. I picked up actually 2 sport coats from this brand and also a overcoat. All 3 have sold to the same buyer all over like 3 different weeks. So the brand, it's a Seville Row brand. If you're familiar with that, if you're in England, there's a street of tailors, world-renowned suit tailors. They make shirts, but they're really known for making their suits made to order. Made to, basically you have to go there and get measured, and they make it, and you may go back over a few different sittings. Really high-end stuff. But another thing is you're getting it made to order, so it may not fit. To find 2 people that fit kind of the same is hard. But this was a double-breasted, had nice gold buttons on it. This was a heavy wool. This was a really heavy material to this jacket. And it had no vents on the back, so it was kind of straight. Really a little bit different of a style. You don't really see that anymore. The name is inside the pocket with like most of these brands. They don't need to advertise who they are. But this one was Shittleburrow and Morgan. And like I said in the tag here, you could find out who it was made for, the order number. Here's the date so it was from 1988. So it's a little bit dated, but this thing weighed a ton. I took a best offer of $400 for this, and I sold. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, I think I sold this for $400, and I sold the other one for $350. So. Or it was $450 and $400. Now I can't remember, and for whatever reason I did not write it down. But I picked them up. I wasn't sure what they would go for because there is nothing listed on eBay, so it's kind of one of those ones that's hard to come by. You'll see like Anderson and Shepherd occasionally, or Henry Poole, but this was a brand that you just don't find all that much. And the last sale is the biggest sale. And to believe it or not, it's not even my largest clothing sale ever. I have another one that was bigger than this. So go figure. This is a Arnys, Arnys. It's a brand from France, and I got this in that stuff with the guy. I got it all for $2 a piece, basically. 70. I think it was $80 for 40 pieces of clothing. And I didn't know this. I didn't really know what this brand was, but it felt like really nice, high quality jacket. And we had two of these. So I'm only going to show you the one. It's corduroy. So everybody knows that the corduroy is that cotton textured material, not like seersucker, because corduroy is more of a heavier weight to it, as seersucker is more of a breathable weight. But it was really nice. You had these really nice gold, really nice buttons with the logo in it and everything. You've seen the tag right here. What caught my eye was made in France. And I looked it up while I was on my phone, and I was like, holy shit, like, there's some crazy money in these. And I kind of priced these high because most of the sellers selling this stuff are overseas. So I didn't really know what to price it for. So I kind of threw it up high, and I sold it for $850. Then a few days later, I listed another one, and the same buyer bought it for $800. So $850 and then $800. So I was happy, so it's good. But it wasn't even my biggest clothing sale, which is kind of crazy. But I'll see you guys later on. I gotta get home. Dinner's what time? It's about 5:30. Dinner's almost ready. So my wife's cooking up a storm, I think. Possibly. Hope so. I really hope so. Tomorrow's my birthday, so hey, happy birthday to me. I'm having a nice T-bone steak tomorrow and some mashed potatoes. I'm probably going with baked potato. So that's it. See you guys later. Have a good day. Adios, amigos.